Let's go live to Tel Aviv now because there's breaking news on this ceasefire deal. Israel's Defence Force spokesperson, Lieutenant Colonel Jonathan Conricus, joins us live. Jonathan, thanks so much for your time once again. We're getting breaking news here that this ceasefire deal has been delayed until Friday. Is that your information?
Good morning, Laura. Thank you for having me again. That is the press statements that I'm reading as well. And of course, the IDF will respond accordingly. I understand that this is sourced from the National Security Council. In any case, what we've been saying from the moment that this whole deal was made official, our posture on the ground will be to continue operations until specifically told by the government to change and facilitate the repatriation of Israeli hostages. So we are flexible enough and dynamic enough to respond to any situation and ready to, of course, defend ourselves against Hamas attacks and, if and when possible, execute or facilitate such an important repatriation.
Okay, so it seems like that has been delayed at the moment, that statement from Netanyahu's office coming through in just the last 5 minutes or so. What does this mean once this eventually does happen? How does that actually work, Jonathan, this exchange of hostages and prisoners?
Yes, if and when, first of all, I think it's indicative. This delay, I think, is indicative of what Hamas has been doing all along and will probably do throughout the implementation of this agreement. They're playing a game of psychological warfare where they want to extract maximum pain and discomfort and terror with Israeli civilians waiting for their loved ones to come home. We're talking about women and children and babies that are supposed to be returned home to Israel. And I think that Hamas will continue to play this very evil game that they are playing.
So, Jonathan, just to be clear there, Hamas is delaying this exchange from what we understand.
According to the information I have now, and I have to guard that because it is, as you said correctly, breaking news just a few minutes ago, so I don't have the full details, but I connect the dots and I know that, I see how Hamas has been operating. The fact that they took these people from the beginning, of course, was in order to provide themselves with media attention and political leverage. And what they're doing, what appears to be that they're doing now, is delaying. I understand that there's an issue with signing the agreement and final confirmation. That is still not confirmed information, and it's not IDF, so I have to be careful with what I say. But bottom line, if and when this agreement comes into effect, what is supposed to happen is a gradual, day-by-day release of Israeli hostages in return for Palestinian convicted terrorists and offenders of same sex and age as our civilians that are being returned home. Right. And if every day goes by successfully, then it will continue.
How does it work, Jonathan? Is there an intermediary? Is it the Red Cross? Is this done right on the border with Gaza, and where?
Those are very valid questions that are being answered as we're moving along. I understand that it will be on the ground, and we are preparing different units in the IDF and other agencies in Israel to be those who collect the hostages as they are returned into Israel. Of course, IDF soldiers are on the ground, but they will be assisted by other representatives, and then the civilians will be brought into Israel, first for medical examination and then for a quick repatriation with their families. Then there are many other things to attend to, but we will have to take it day by day. And, we have collective memory here. The last time that there was an internationally recognized ceasefire between Israel and Hamas was in 2014. That ceasefire was violated by Hamas. They attacked Israeli troops in Rafah and took the body of an Israeli officer and held him hostage, and have been holding that body for many years since. That was Lieutenant Goldin. So we understand that there's a context here and that we have to be very vigilant on the ground throughout this entire operation.
Understood. I just want to ask you one final question that you might not be able to answer. We've been following the story of Thomas Hand. his daughter Emily. He was told that she was killed in that initial attack. Then he was told by Israel that she may be alive. Do you know if she might be in this 50 hostages that will be exchanged?
Yeah, I've not yet seen the list of the planned first release. I know that children, women and children, they are the target here, and they are the ones that are top priority to get home. But I cannot confirm yet. I've seen the coverage here on Sky about the tremendous ordeal that father is going through, and my heart goes out to him. But I do not yet have news as regarding his daughter. All of the families of the hostages are eagerly awaiting information, confirmation that their loved ones will be among the 50 that will be returned. We are talking about 236 Israeli hostages that are being held by Hamas at this stage.
Lieutenant Colonel Jonathan Conricus, thank you so much for your time. We'll speak soon.